smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you and know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I don't need another love. Yeah. We do this every day. We do this love for life. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you. Here with me, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Triple C. It is the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat with the hostesses that bring the Disney magic right to your front door. It's the amazing Angela Minter that's going to be coming in live, smiling and making you happy. It's the magic of Stephanie coming in. It's Stephanie Kiel, smiling and bringing it to you. And the adorable Monorail Mollie, smiling all ears out. The ladies are ready. It's about that time. It's episode 4. I'm excited. Hello, ladies, and welcome in.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's go around real quick and just say we've had 3 great episodes. They've been a ton of fun here. We've enjoyed it as we've had our guests, and tonight's guest is going to be just as great, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Stephanie, how was your week building up to this week?
My week has been very busy. I'm getting ready to start school next week with my class, so I've been in my classroom a lot this week and just getting ready. I'm excited for that too.
Awesome. Angela, you're excited. It's episode 4, and the cats are ready to wrestle. I think we're good.
Yep. So if I don't have to actually rein them in and try to referee anything. So.
That would be interesting in its own site. Jen, welcome in. The show is coming in with all 3 of the lovely ladies wearing their cool ears that Stephanie got.
Yeah, you guys like them? I mean, we think that they're pretty appropriate for us. Wore them last week when we had our first live in-studio show all together. It was fantastic. I hope we get to do it again. Thanks, Steph, for getting the ears for us.
Yes.
Miss you guys already.
No problem.
Can't wait till we can get back together and back in the studio.
That would be awesome. So I'm excited that we're going to have some fun here tonight. I think we should welcome the chat. That's always a good thing to do. Stephanie, our teacher in force, takes over here. It's all you.
All right. So let's wave to Chris Dye. The Hitchhiking Bones Twins Trading Cards is here with us today. Paul Angle, Debbie Bernfeld, J.C. Skipper Bryan, Jan S. Disney 1974. We have Francisco. We've got Space Mountain Dave Cantrell. We've got Happy's Haunt. We've got Fred O'Malley. We've got Samantha Lowe. We've got Dad Builds. We've got Joe Watchgrit. We've got the Disney Baker. We've got Emily Rose. We've got T. Marie's Place. We've got Sebastian the Crab. We've got Janie 52573. We've got Sean Rogers, AAA Sparkles, and Zippity Doo Dah Doug. Oh, and Lila Rose just popped in.
And I just
Hey,
saw
Lila.
Annie Coog is also in house with us.
Annie. Hey, Annie.
And Debbie Thuner. So that's awesome. And we'll continue
Woohoo.
as we go through. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that like button tonight. We'd really appreciate it. That would really help us out. Anne Marie, good to see you. Angela, we had a great show last week. Tell everybody that might have missed it a little bit about it.
Well, we did a big recap of the meetup weekend. It was also our first live all together in person. And then we finally, all three even got to meet each other last weekend. So that was amazing. We brought in people that were at the meetup, get their take on certain parts of the meetup.
Yep.
We learned that Movie Mania Nick needs to change his name to, yeah,
True.
no,
That's true.
yeah.
That's a great.
Does not know Disney Movies Mania Nick.
He does not. That's a great recap. Pino Pete, welcome. If you missed last week's, I would encourage you to go back, check out last week's episode. It was a fun time as we go. Jen, we've got a great guest lined up for this week, do we not?
Oh, we do. We do. She is unique. She is gorgeous. She is everybody's favorite, Tina of T. Marie's Place.
Tina of Team. Yes, we're excited about that. Welcome into Circle Girl. Thank you for joining as well. We should also talk about that. We have a new segment, I believe, we're starting this week, which I'm kind of excited about. This was a great idea. And Jen, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about it?
So we're going to start a new segment this week, and it's going to be the beverage of the week.
Love it. Love it.
There.
So with the beverage of the week, the ladies have the drink. So the beverage of the week, each one of the ladies, so we're going to rotate it. We'll pick a favorite beverage that they have or they like or they want to highlight. We'll talk a little bit about it and have some fun. This week, we have a unique beverage in tap that I think we're going to talk about. Jen, you want to tell us a little bit about this beverage?
So this beverage on it. It's the Debbie Bernfeld drink. So for those of you who have been waiting for that, this was the drink last week that kind of broke Debbie Bernfeld.
Oh, yeah. And I believe we have some
just a little.
And this beverage was what?
It's the habanero honey moonshine.
Ooh.
That Justin Sanudo brought from Virginia with him.
So we're holding him.
It's the real deal, the real stuff.
The real stuff. So I have some pictures that I can share with everybody, ladies, if that's okay, and then you guys can talk a little bit about this. Or should we talk a little bit about it first? Maybe we should do it that way. Let's talk about it first, and we'll share the pictures at the end because the pictures really tell the story. So Angela, we were sitting in the table in the room, and all of a sudden this bottle pops up. And how did it get out there? Do you remember how the challenge happened that it ended up in Debbie Bernfeld's cup?
Well, Justin had presented that he had brought it, and then goes, "Who wants to take a shot of moonshine?" And Debbie was like, "I want some." She voluntarily, wholeheartedly chose to drink some moonshine.
Right at it. And Stephanie, she didn't hold back at all, did she?
No, she put up her red Solo cup and he put it in a shot or two and she kicked it on back as we were like, go, 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 go. So, yeah.
I think, Jen, she started mumbling things to you at the table that I couldn't understand while she was saying it.
Well, she was just saying about how she hasn't had a drink for a very, very long time. You know, any drink, any alcoholic drink. And I was just like, are you sure you want this drink to be your first drink? You know, we got some wine coolers and things. Maybe that might have been a way to ease it on in.
Yeah,
Nope. She went straight to the top.
straight to the top. So let me.
She's a little person.
She
Yeah.
is. Welcome in, Corby Sinclair. Welcome in, Joe Watchbrick. Welcome in. Thank you for joining here. Let me share some pictures. So this is a quick video edit of some pictures. I think Jen, you might have taken these. I think because it was kind of right there. So this is ready. Boom, boom, boom.
Taking it back, Debbie.
Oh, so it's kind of interesting as we go through. Let me give you one more time. Debbie gets it in her cup. Boom, Debbie hammers it. She doesn't care. Boom, Debbie says thumbs up, and then boom, Debbie almost goes all over the table. So that was kind of the way it went through and the way it happened. But she had a great time. She was laughing, and it was. I think it was awesome. I think that Jen. I think this is a great kickoff to this segment.
Yeah, it's fun. After she had taken the sip, she kind of just stood there for a second, and like I was like, Debbie, did you like it? Debbie, what's is it terrible? What's going on? And then that's when she put her thumbs up, and everyone just started laughing. Like, that was the highlight.
They were cheering. It was great.
Yeah. And Justin kept saying how smooth it was. He was so, he thought that was so cool. But then he didn't really warn her about the kickback later when that jalapeno starts burning in your throat.
Well, or when the moonshine starts howling at you when you're 4 foot.
Yeah.
She didn't have a lot of fun with it. So God bless her. That was great. It was Moonshine Genie. Moonshine was in there. So that's a good thing. Before we go to the spicy questions segment, I want to announce that we are going to be awarding a winner tonight at the end of the stream. We drew names from all the people that went over to the Instagram and are following them on Instagram. So if you're following this show, the Clubhouse Chaotic Chat, you were eligible to win this 50th anniversary pop, which is very tough to get now. It's the Captain Hook one. This will be mailed out. And we have the winner's name already, so make sure you're here at the end of the show because you got to be here to get it. And we're going to do another one like that for next week. So if you haven't already gone and followed our Instagram, if you could follow, so one of the mods could drop the Instagram link for the Triple C Instagram page. Go over there tonight, follow it. If you're watching the replay, follow it, and you'll be good to go here next week. And maybe you'll be eligible for a prize, and we'll announce that toward the end. All right, before we get to our guests, we got to do our Triple C segment, and I am ready to have some fun. So let's start off. Stephanie Kiel will take the first one. She'll take the first one. Of course, the ladies will have to pitch in their answers too, but I always like giving somebody one off the bat. Well, welcome in, Joy S. Let's go with Stephanie Kiel. Stephanie, when elephants get together, they probably compare the size of their what?
Trunks.
Trunks? Is that your... Okay.
Trunks. Yeah.
Trunks, that's what comes to
For
mind?
sure.
Angela? What do you think?
Ears.
Ears. That's a good one. Trunks and ears. Jen?
Tail.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You never know if you're going to check a tail. Okay. That's good. I like that. Angela Minter, let's go to you. What's something that it's hard for a man to admit he's not very good at? Welcome in, Mara Memphis.
Welcome in, Kate.
Laundry.
Laundry? That's good. Yeah, okay. Okay. Jen?
Directions. Driving directions.
Yes, that is a definite good one. I will agree to that. Okay. And Stephanie?
Being romantic.
Okay, interesting.
It's not the case with me, but I'm sure there are guys.
Good caveat.
Yep.
Great catch.
Nice.
Great catch. Okay. Jennifer, name something you see the opposite sex eating that turns you on.
Wait, say that again?
Name something that you would see the cat. Name something that you would see the opposite sex eating that would turn you on.
Eating.
Yes, eating.
A taco.
Oh God, taco. Stephanie, how
cupcake?
about you?
Maybe a popsicle.
A popsicle? Okay, interesting. How about Steph? How about Angela? Lollipop. Pulls out the okay. So we have that good day. Okay. I like that. I like that. All right, we can have some fun. We're gonna have some fun with our guests. We've got crazy questions for our guests as well. Let's jump in and head over and go and get over to our guests. Welcome into the amazing T. Marie's place.
Tina! Woo!
Hi.
This is my favorite part of the show because this is where I say it's time to turn it over to the ladies. Jen, it's all your show.
Tina, thank you so much for being here. So happy to have you as our guest. For those people that are in the chat that might not know you, why don't you give us a little quick, who is T. Marie's Place? Who is Tina? Just a brief little introduction to yourself.
So, hi, I'm Tina. I have a channel. It's usually my shtick, and if I don't say it, Sarah J comes after me. But yeah, I'm just a conglomerate of Disney loving, Harry Potter loving, crafting, photography, whole bunch of stuff. But it's mostly you guys. It's mostly hanging out with friends. It's mostly getting to know people and building relationships. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what I would say is T. Marie's Place.
And Tina, tell us what has it been about finding the community? Like, what has it meant to you personally, the community that we've built and being a part of it?
Everything. So when I first found you guys, I was going through a really tough time in my personal life. It was 2019, and excuse me, I found Resort TV 1, which led me to Myers and the Mouse and Diz and That, and then Pete and everyone else after that, and Mouse Talk and Diz Our Dream. And through chatting, I found, I guess I want to say I found my people, if that's a good word. And you guys kind of met me where I needed you most, and definitely took me out of my shell a bit. I was telling you guys backstage, if you had known me 5 years ago, you'd see that I wasn't not the person that I am now. I'm slightly different, a little bit more outgoing, but it's because of you guys. You guys bring that out in me, and I just love you guys. You guys became family, so.
Aww.
Well, the feeling's mutual. We love you too. And Angela, why don't we transition to Angela? She's going to ask you about your becoming a creator.
Yeah. What actually inspired you to start your YouTube channel?
So Mama Mouse, Ivone from Myers and the Mouse, she had me on one of her craft and chat streams when she found out that I made greeting cards. And I hadn't done it in a while, and she had me on the show, and I started to get back into it. And I just kind of got bit with the community streaming bug. And, excuse me. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. And I remember one night, Steve from The World was live streaming he was doing a home stream before he had moved on to Disney. He was talking about getting into YouTube and how to do it and whatnot. And he had said, if you want to start a channel, just do it. And so I did. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know the ropes. I didn't know anything about YouTube, but I started it. And it's the rest is history.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, are there any other type of content that you like to view on YouTube other than just some of the Disney stuff?
Usually it is just you guys, like in our community, Disney, and so sometimes I watch like relaxing streams, like I leave like the rain falling at night, but that's nothing. And it's mostly that, and it's or it's I listen to music, and that's pretty much it. And if I have to go to a YouTube video for like how to edit something in a program, like for photography, that's pretty much it. So you guys are it for me.
Tell us what type of variety of content that we can find on your channel.
So it's usually just kind of hanging out and chatting. Sometimes Disney, sometimes Harry Potter, like I said. It's also music and movies also. Pretty much anything that I like, and I think that I find things in common with friends like you guys and rope you in with me. That's usually what we kind of touch on. So
Awesome. So why don't we move over to Stephanie so she can talk about some of your Disney loves.
Yes, I want to talk to you about Disney and how you got started. Where did it start in your life? As a kid or adolescent or adult?
Disney started for me when I was a kid. I grew up in an abusive household, and Disney, my mother's ex-boyfriend's mother had introduced me to movies. Like, she would take me to what used to be called Blockbuster Video way back in the day, when she would babysit me at night, and she would let me rent 3 movies, and I would rent Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella, and Peter Pan, and those are my top 3 favorite Disney movies. And it was kind of all over for me ever since. I got a record player shortly after that, or before. I'm not exactly sure at which point in my life the record player came into it, but it was a little Fisher-Price record player, and it had I had the Main Street Electrical Parade record, and I played it, and I just remember I used to stare at that record, the cover of the record, as I'm listening, and just think about someday living down in Florida and being near the magic. And it was my happy place when there was a lot of fighting and other things going on in my household. It was my escape. So
That's great. That's a really good story. So do you have any favorite memories of being in Disney as a child? Or
so I've been to Disney. So as a child, I went to Disney once. I was 9 years old in 1992, and it was mostly good. I have a lot more bad memories than good because we went with the person who was not so nice. But the good memories that I remember having is I had a Donald Duck hat. I would just remember like the ferry boat, the ferry boat. I had one of those invisible pet things. You guys remember those? Like it was on like that wire.
Yeah.
Then I would walk it around the park, and I loved it. But it's my Daisy Duck hat. It was the invisible. It's my turkey leg. I got my first turkey leg, and I fell in love with turkey legs. And yeah, those are just memories like that. I went on rides. I remember like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, and just enjoying some of the rides like that. But yeah, that's it.
awesome. So what is your favorite park when you head down to Disney?
My favorite park in Disney. So sometimes it changes. It's always typically going to be Epcot, because Epcot, for me, Spaceship Earth, it was just, I don't know, there was something about it that just kind of grabbed me and pulled me in and just gave me feels. You would think it would be Magic Kingdom, but it was actually Epcot. And I always love Epcot, but sometimes it switches, like depends on my mood or where, if I'm actually in the parks. It could be Animal Kingdom, it could be Hollywood Studios, could be Magic Kingdom, but it's typically consistent with Epcot.
Very cool. What's your favorite restaurant when you go down there? Or do you have
Coral
one?
Reef. I will die on this hill. Coral Reef.
Where can we find that one?
Coral Reef is in Epcot, near the seas with Finding Nemo. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to get when you're there?
Well, it's not there anymore. It was the scallops. It was my absolute favorite. It was so delicious, but it's not there anymore. But other than that, that's all I've really had there. I've been there once, and I told you I'd die on this hill. I haven't been able to get back there though. But
well, you will soon, I'm sure. All right. Do you have a bucket list for something that Disney at any of the parks that you want to do and have your kids remember too and experience
Honestly,
with them?
this doesn't even involve my kids. My poor kids. I'm so selfish. I have a bucket list of photos that I want to take at the parks, like the angle I want to take it from, the spot I want to be in, and the subject of what I want to create. So, or capture.
Awesome.
That's a
Well,
great.
I think it's time now to move on to our spicy questions for Tina segment.
It is, and before you do that, ladies, I want to remind everybody, guys, these ladies are doing a great job here tonight. Make sure you get that like. Let's get that number up there and rack it up a little bit. Let YouTube know how good of a job they're doing. Spicy questions. I think it's Angela's week to start.
So, Tina, who are the YouTube community, within the YouTube community, would you say would most likely bail you out of jail?
I'm gonna say either Joy S or this one over on the opposite side of Pete.
I'd come
right.
save you.
I'm sure there's a lot of people, but those off the top of my head, or Chris Chris probably too.
They might have to bail both of us out of jail.
That's true. This is true.
Could you imagine if they had to bail multiples of us out?
I don't know. I don't want to.
And why would we be in there in the first place?
Yeah, we're going down a whole different path right now.
Nope.
Pull it back in.
Tina, which of the 7 dwarfs most resembles your personality? Would you say?
Sneezy.
Okay.
Is that just for today or like every day?
No, it's usually every day. Or Dopey. We can go Dopey too. If you want.
No, you're not Dopey.
Sorry,
Not
it's
Dopey
a
at all.
positive thing.
You're fun. All right. Name an Olympic sport that you'd watch more often, Tina, if it were played in the nude. I'm nervous.
Oh boy. That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with. I've answered this question before, and I forgot what the name of it was, so I'm just gonna go with a different one. And I'm gonna go with shuffleboard.
Board. Okay, that's different.
Is that is it you push the big old hockey puck looking thing down the icy path, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Curling?
And it would be way more fun
Are
in
you
the
saying
nude, though.
curling?
Are you thinking curling on ice?
Is that curling? That's what I meant, curling.
Okay, interesting.
All right.
Naked curling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Maybe.
Or pole vaulting. That's right. Naked curling, pole vaulting.
All right.
Okay,
That's
if
not
you
a
could
good squat.
date a Disney villain, which one would it be and why?
If I could date a Disney villain,
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. I would probably say maybe Hades from Once Upon a Time TV show. Either him or if we're gonna do a cartoon version, I don't know. Yeah, I don't have. You know what? Oh, I can pick girls too. Maleficent as a dragon.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Ratings
All right.
went up. This is great.
And speaking of dates, where is your ideal place to go on a Disney date?
On a Disney date, anywhere that's like in Disney. Okay, obviously, because you said a Disney date. I would love to just sit by the water and watch the pageant, the water pageant, the nighttime water pageant over by Polly or wherever is the best place to view it. I don't know. I've never seen it and I want to. So it's all I have left of anything remotely kind of like the electrical parade, sort of. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
What?
All right. Now name someone that you might not invite. Let me look at this one again. Name something that you might not invite your nudist friend to do.
Do I have to not invite this person anywhere?
No, you can invite her, but you have to, or him, but you don't want to ask them to do a certain thing. What is it what you would ask them not to do?
Put clothes on.
Oh,
Oh,
Interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, if we're nude for a reason, right? Just
true that.
Okay.
you're not wrong. You are not wrong at all.
Exactly.
Well, with that, I think it's time we head over to crafting. Good gravy. Steph, you want to take it off?
Yes. So earlier you mentioned that art in different ways, like photography or crafting, have been something that you've been very interested in doing. So when and how did your love of crafting start?
so I used to work in Boston, and one of my coworkers used to make greeting cards, and she kind of gave me a crafting little kit and kind of taught me how to do some things. And I started making greeting cards, like scrapbook greeting cards, and I just kind of fell in love with it. Kind of stepped away from it, and when I moved out to New York and had kids, kind of got really away from it because kids consume all your time. But like I said, Mama Mouse getting me back into it. And then I got into jewelry. I had a jewelry part. My grandmother's next door neighbor passed away, and her daughter gave her like 3 huge boxes of like beads and jewelry making, crafting, cute little needle nose pliers, everything like that. And so I started doing beads, and beads got frustrating, and because I didn't really know what I was doing. Then all of a sudden, I had this idea to make little Mickey earrings out of clay. And I figured out how to do that. And then I decided to turn Legos into earrings. And so, sorry, Lego into earrings. There's no S at the end. And it just kind of added glitter to everything. Glitter really makes a difference. And so, yeah, that's where I am.
Very cool. Do you sell any of that on your Etsy page?
Yes, on my Etsy page, you will find not greeting cards or anything like that. I kind of stepped away from the greeting cards, but you'll find different assortments of jewelry or like fandom pins that I started to make. But like little earrings like these, or dangly earrings. There's like a variety. So, and there's like
These.
yes, like Jen's wearing.
Oh, very nice. And I see Happy's Haunt has dropped your link in the chat for us, so everybody go visit her Etsy page when you get a chance if you're interested in Disney crafting. And so tell us a little bit about your photography interest, how that began.
So photography has been a huge part of my life since I was a kid. You grow up and you got those 35 millimeter Kodak cameras, and you got to take the film and take it to like Walgreens or CVS, and they develop the film for you, and you get your photos back. That's where it all started for me. And just back in 2013, my husband's coworker he's a hobby photographer, and his photos are absolutely amazing. And I saw a photo that he took, a landscape photo, and I said, this is what I want to do. Because growing up, I really didn't feel like I had a purpose of knowing what I wanted to do besides be a wife and a mom. And so I started from there. I got a DSLR camera, and just started taking photos of things. Started off with landscape, went into portraits, and now I like to just kind of mesh the two and make beautiful scenes. So
Awesome. Angela, do you want to talk about some Disney art?
Yes. So do you have a favorite artist that's a Disney artist of yours?
I really love Thomas Kincaid. I love his artwork. If we're going to talk about, if we can just for a second, because I have to highlight him, a Disney photographer. It's gosh, I can't think of his last name, but his name is Brian, and his Disney photographs are absolutely spectacular. He's one of the photographers I look up to that kind of parade themselves around the parks taking photos. But as far as like artwork goes, definitely Thomas Kincaid. I have one back on my wall, which you can't really see. I get two. I got a Star Wars one. I have Rapunzel. I have Peter Pan. Um, and yeah, I have a Cinderella. Do I have a Cinderella one? I don't remember. But anyways, I really love all the Thomas Kincaid Disney prints.
Yeah, Thomas and Kate's probably one of my favorites as well.
Mm.
Has Disney inspired you in any of your crafting focus or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got trying to do like I try to do themes. So like, whatever I'm making, like I'm currently turning. So I've got like Little Mermaid and Disney Villains is going to be one of the series of earrings that I put out. Huge influence. Thank you. Yeah, huge influence. My bedroom is chock full of charms and everything like that. So Legos and charms.
Awesome.
Those earrings are so cute.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Love them.
yeah, yeah. You are also inspired by crafting art by other community members. Can you speak upon those inspirations?
Yeah. So a lot of people like Joy S, Mag Mickey's Magic, um, and Verna Marie, her stuff, like all three of them, and there's more. I just can't think off the top of my head because on the spot and all. But Joy does these amazing like pour paints, and they're just fantastic. And I love really set to live in her pour paints because you can pick something out. It's not like you can pick the subject out of the painting itself, and I love that because it's abstract and it's all interpretive, and I really love that. But um, yeah, it's just kind of motivates me to keep going and do what I'm doing. So
Awesome. And I think Jen's going to talk a little bit more about your Etsy shop and
Yeah, let's
what you've
let's
got
go
going
back
on
to your
there.
Etsy shop. But Jens, if you can keep posting that link for Tina's Etsy shop, everybody go ahead and take a look at that. Why don't you tell us, Tina, about your inspiration? How did you get started, and why did you decide you wanted to have an Etsy shop?
that's a really great question. I think Etsy was just the easiest thing for me to go with at the time. Um, I think there were quite a few people that had Etsy shops. Meg and Joy had Etsy's, and I just a lot of some other people that I favorited their shops and stuff. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna dive head first, and I'm gonna do an Etsy shop. I originally wanted to do like digital prints, but then when I got into the jewelry, I noticed I was putting up more of the jewelry, and so just kind of went with that. Someday I will figure out how to get up the digital prints, um, and so you guys can see them.
So right now you have just like a bunch of earrings. Is there anything else you're gonna?
Anything else
Yeah.
besides?
So yeah, right now just the earrings. Like I said, the digital prints I think I'll put up. I'm exploring other things too. I don't want to give anything away, but there's some other things that I've been looking at creating, and so if I ever get to it, it'll get up there too. So
That's awesome. You
Well,
guys,
I can say firsthand as a consumer of your items, I have 3 pairs of Away with the Wisps earrings. I have 2 of the Mickey clay with glitter. One is black, one is red. I'm wearing the black ones today. And then I have the Mickey Mouse. What were those? Like little Mickey heads with glitter on them. earrings I have. Excellent quality, excellent shipping. It was just a fantastic experience. So if you guys have not visited Away with the Wisp, disappointed.
Make sure you're doing it.
And
Okay.
there's that page, Away with the Wisps on Etsy.
Yep. Great. That's an excellent job, ladies, on with covering this with Tina and the magic that she creates. Very, very impressed. Tina, we're going to transition here. But first, I want to make sure I highlight Dave will be live at the top of the hour. Dave of Brandy and Dave, we can drop that link in. Disney World Discussions with Dave live. He'll be over there talking top of the hour. You go over there, tell him you came over from the Triple C show. That would mean a lot. And tonight at 9 o'clock, our good friend Chris Dad Builds will be live with the Sunday Night Watch Party. Harry Potter Episode 6, Return of the Half-Blood Prince Jedi. I don't know. There's an eagle, there's a bird, there's a Jedi. I just know it'll be fun. So
it's an owl.
Go over and I don't know. It's something.
It's not an eagle.
It's Dad Build. It is what it is. Hot topic.
Where are your birds?
Hot topic. Dave. Welcome in. There's Dave of Brandy and Dave, and Simon's in here as well. Good to see you here tonight. Let's talk about some hot topics, ladies. Some things that are in the news that caught your eye. I think it's Angela's turn to start it out with the one thing that nobody knows anything about right now.
Yeah, the number one thing that nobody knows anything about it would be the fact that, oh yeah, we are now into Halloween party season. So we had the first Halloween Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party on Friday night. It featured the parade, as it always does, the Boo parade, as it usually does. Headless Horseman came out, as he always does, which is amazing. It's my favorite. You had Max as Powerline coming out to pump up the crowd. And a really cool addition that I thought that they had to the parade was the fact they had the Sanderson sisters. So Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle were all the Sanderson sisters. So that was pretty cool to see. One thing, they have all sorts of like cool treats and special merch, which I already have an eye on the mug myself. They've got ride overlays in place again this year. They've got the stage show again this year. They are running Tron, but you have to do a virtual queue for Tron still for the Halloween party, which goes live at 6 o'clock. So make sure to have your app ready at 6 o'clock. Try to get your Tron boarding group. I'm actually looking forward to going this year. I actually managed to pull together a last minute trip to go down. I don't know. Tina, is that something that you've ever been to, the Halloween party, or is it something that's on one of your bucket list things to do or anything?
I like to say I like to try everything once. Like, so we did the Christmas party a couple of years ago, which was family of 5 gets pretty expensive. And then my son ended up upchucking outside of the Jingle Cruise. So that was a lot of fun. He slept the entire time. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. What hasn't your son done before?
He's thrown up again recently, hasn't he?
Yes, where he got us kicked out of the U.S. Capitol tour. Yeah, my son has a weak stomach. If he eats like too much sugar or certain food dyes, his stomach does, or if he just eats something and then runs around, his stomach doesn't like it. Okay. And it lets us know. So anyways, yeah, so that was a fun night. So that's the only party that I've done down Disney. I would really love to at least do the Halloween party once. I'd want to get my feet wet. I want to experience it. I've already done the Christmas one, so I would absolutely love to do the Halloween party.
Is there anything in particular you'd want to one part of it that you would actually look forward to seeing or participating in?
I want to see the parade. That's one of the big things. But and eating all the candy and making sure my son doesn't get too much of it so he doesn't throw up.
Good call.
That may be a hard task to try
I know. I know. I know.
Yeah. Jen, I think you're going to talk about the gala.
Yeah, I was really excited when I saw this article because there's so much focus put on going to the parks to experience Disney, but this is actually something not in the parks for Disney. And this is the Walt Disney Hometown Museum in Marceline is having their 2023 gala event next month. And they have a lot of cool experiences here that you just can't get at the parks, but you still can experience the life and history of Walt. So they're going to have regular experiences. You're going to have a Main Street USA tour, walking down the original Main Street USA in Marceline. They also have an add-on to that where you can drink around up the Walt Disney Farm and Speakeasy. Those are all just regular experiences that anybody can participate in. They're also having some VIP experiences that sound pretty cool. Disney author and historian Marcy Carricker Smothers is going to be there talking about her book, but she's also going to be doing an Eat Like Walt event there, where it's going to be a dinner you can go to with a menu of all of Walt's favorite comfort foods. And you're going to be able to listen to sound recordings of him. So that sounds really cool. There's Disneyland VIP tour guide Sandy Baldwin is going to give a presentation on the VIP tour guide costumes. Disney decorator Tanya McKnight Norris is going to talk about how she was the personal decorator to the Disney family, and also she was the one who designed the iconic wallpaper in the Haunted Mansion. So that would be kind of cool to hear about that. They're also going to have women from Disney Imagineering, the first the company. And then the most exciting thing, I think, is the Kiss Goodnight fireworks. That's going to end the event. The first time that Walt Disney saw fireworks was on his farm there in Marceline, and he called it the perfect Kiss Goodnight. So they're going to do a Kiss Goodnight fireworks show on the farm at the same exact place that he had originally saw them. So that's a really cool thing. I think I would love to be able to go to this after reading about it. It's just a different way to experience Disney. That's not a theme park. So I think that's cool. I
Sounds like
can get to
fun.
Marceline.
It does sound
Yeah.
like fun.
Yeah. What about you, Angela? Do you think you would want to visit that?
Oh
Does
yeah,
that sound like something
it
you'd
sounds
do?
like a lot of fun and a really good, fun way to spend an evening and get to
How about you,
experience
Tina?
some
If I,
Disney
if I came
magic.
and picked you up, would you go there with me?
I would.
All right.
What about
And so,
you, Steph? What
so yeah,
do
Tina,
you?
are you a big Lego fan?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Do you like
I
princesses?
I like princesses. Yes.
Would you like to see them together?
Sure.
All right. Well, that's great because coming up really soon on August 18th, on Disney Plus, they're going to kick off Disney Princess Week with a new show, and it's called Lego Disney Princess: The Castle Quest. What do you think about that?
I think that sounds really interesting. I think my kids might be behind that. They like that.
Yeah. So I guess the object is that Gaston is going to come and take over everybody's. So the princesses that they'll have there, their kingdoms are going to be from Tiana, Moana, Snow White, Rapunzel, and Ariel. So each of them are going to be tried to be taken over by Gaston, and the girls have to collaborate and work together to try to see if they can stop him.
Nice.
Very cool. I like the hot topics this week. Definitely right on time and on point with all uniqueness from the park, from Walt's home, on Disney Plus. You ladies killed it, covering all the way over. We got to get ready to pull this people mover into the station here to do our final thoughts of the night as you get ready. Don't forget Dave, top of the hour, 7 o'clock, Randy and Dave. Steph, how about you take us into the train stop first?
Yes, so Tina, thank you so much for being our guest tonight. You're so sweet to come talk to us for all this time and tell us about you and things that you're interested in and your websites. And I hope everybody, yay, is going to take advantage of that. I hope you had a good time tonight as well,
I did.
hanging
Thank
out
you.
with us. So,
Hmm.
Cool.
and I think we're all going to be very interested in checking out your social media. And so you did mention digital art. Do you think that might be a new type of social media direction you might go in sometime?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's, I kind of overwhelm myself. I get all these ideas, and then I'm like, ah, crud. How do I do this? So we'll see. Well, there's ideas rattling around in this old noggin of mine, so we'll see what actually comes pouring out. But I had a great time today. Thank you guys so much for having me as your guest. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Do you have any goals you want to share for us coming up in the next 5 to 10 years?
Goals. So it's funny because I used to say survive, and now I say I want to live. I want to live.
Good for
I
you.
want to live joyfully, and I want to live with excitement and doing the things that I'm doing, everything that I'm doing. Because if you don't have passion in what you're doing, right, then it shows. But if you have the passion, it shines through. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Well, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth also projects. I mean, the heart projects, and it comes out in your actions. And so, um, I whatever in the world God leads me to do, I just want to make sure that I follow. So,
Awesome.
That's awesome. I like your inspiration. Sometimes biblical verses or other ones, but also on Instagram. That I like seeing that. That's awesome. It makes my day better too. So I appreciate you doing that as well.
thanks.
Speaking of social media, Tina's social media, if we could make sure the mods are dropping her social media links back in, including her Etsy shop, that would be absolutely amazing. Um, she could be found on Instagram. She has about 1,258 followers. She's got 886 followers on YouTube. Let's see if we can bump her up to 1,000. We'd love to see her at 1,000. So go check her out on YouTube. She does her discussions on Wednesdays, whateverness. And then what else do you have coming up?
So so besides my Wednesday shows at 5 o'clock, starting in the fall when my kids go back to school, I'm going to be doing probably mid morning into early afternoon cooking shows. My grandmother left me all of her recipes, and I'm going to kind of cook my way through my grandmother's recipes. And some of them are really hard to make out because her handwriting was like chicken scratch. So it's going to be really interesting to see how I pull this off. But I can't wait to start this up. So that's one of the big things. Other than that, in the Wednesday shows, we're going to be doing another episode of recapping small businesses and other creators, Etsy shops and whatnot. And next week, or this week, I should say, because today's Sunday, I'm going to recap our trip. We did a DC trip. You guys talked about the Baltimore trip. But when we came down, we actually spent the week in DC prior. So we're going to kind of talk about that. And then there's just a lot more things coming. So, yeah.
Oh, it sounds like fun. Jen, you want to talk about next week's guest?
Yeah, transitioning to next week, I want to announce that our guest next week is going to be Crystal from the Crystal Palace. She is a very successful creator on YouTube. She has over 25,000 followers. She has a very high social media presence on Instagram and TikTok. She has over 20,000 followers on Instagram. She is full of enthusiasm. She covers Disney. She covers Universal. She just covered a trip that she had in Canada. She does it all. She does it with a smile. Her smile is contagious. Just love watching her stuff. Also, if you're familiar with her, she also has a liking for donuts. So we might see some donuts next week. So tune in for that. And if the mods can drop Crystal's Instagram page,
That would be great. That'd be great.
if you're not familiar, look and get familiar with her before next week. So really looking forward to having Crystal on the show.
Absolutely. Ladies, incredible job. Our guest was amazing. The three of you just crushed it again tonight. Make sure everybody, somebody said hit the thumbs up. Yes, hit the thumbs up. Let the ladies know you're having a good time. If you're watching the replay, do us a favor. Make sure you leave a comment. If there's a guest you'd like to see or some questions you'd like to see asked, whatever, leave the comments. We'll definitely be looking at those. We did mention about the giveaway. We're going to do the giveaway here real quick before we end the stream tonight. We are going to do another giveaway next week. I'm not sure what that is yet, but we will do one for all of those. It'll be a name selected from the new people that go in and follow the Instagram for the Triple C show. So if you're not following on Instagram right now, these ladies, we're going to drop that link in here one more time. Go over to the Instagram, give it a follow so you can keep up with what's going. A lot of content to come from them, not only here at the show, but in whatever they're doing in their lives too, so you can keep up with all of the hostesses. The one we have here is the Funko. It'll be sent out this week. It's Captain Hook. It's the 50th. According to Preston, it's tough to find here. And the name, we drew 3 names to make sure that these people would hopefully have a chance to be here. And the first name that we drew is right there in the bottom of the chat. And that would be AJC Amy Magic TV. Absolutely amazing. So, congratulations. This Funko will be sent out to you. He's already wearing a lot of purple, so I don't know if he can go into gold and black territory, but congratulations. And Amy, thank you for following on Instagram. This has been another great show. Look forward to next week's show. I can tell you guys, hyping it up a little bit for the next 3 weeks. The guests that are coming on, you're going to want to be here. There are people from the community that you've probably never seen on a stream before, or maybe seen just a little. And the ladies are going to sit down and you're going to get to know. That's a little tease and look into the future. Thank you, ladies, tonight. Tina, thank you for being here. It's time to get out of here. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got a style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you. I believe, 'cause I want you here with me. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love. I look at you, I know it's alright.